The Ancient Magus Bride, Episode 13, East, West, Home's Best. Hey, a new episode of Ancient Magus Bride came out today. It has been 2 weeks since the last episode. I believe they took a break for the new year. It might have been because of the season half finale. Maybe it was just structured that way to take a week break or something like that. I don't know. It has been a long time since we've watched the Ancient Magus Bride. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool getting back into this series. But this was a rather slow episode. It's one of the reasons why this video isn't a reaction. It is a review because there are some things that I definitely want to talk about. First and foremost, I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to go and get it out of the way now. I know I'm going to catch some flack for this. I know a lot of people are going to hate on me for saying this. My God, this new opening is just horrible. It is so bad. There is legit... My one complaint from the previous opening was that there wasn't enough original animation. It's just like, oh, there's a little bit in the beginning or like the first half, and then it just shows clips that are of scenes from the actual series. This opening, there is no original animation. It is all, at least to my knowledge, there might be like one frame or something, but it pretty much is all animation from the series. That just comes off as extremely lazy to me. I just really don't like that. I know some people prefer that for some reason. I don't really know why, but just in this winter anime season, the season that's currently ongoing, shows like a place further than the universe, Laid Back Camp, the Junji Ito collection. Those series all have such good openings, like really, really good openings. Even that one stupid tropey show, the ramen show that just aired a couple days ago. My God, that's a good opening. There's so many great openings this season, and this Magus one just doesn't hold a candle to them. It really doesn't. It's actually pretty sad. Because I want the series to have a good opening, but it just doesn't. The first opening I think is better in every way. I think the song is better. I think that the animation's better. Even the stuff that they took from the series looks cooler in that opening than what they did with this one. I think there's a poorly edited opening, and I think the song choice was actually not great. I think the first song was a lot more interesting. Just horrible. The ED, the ending as well, terrible. Just lazy, literally just a frame moving up. Like, again, in this day and age in anime, they're doing some insane things with openings and endings. And I don't need this to be, like, godly. I don't need, like, crazy sweeping 3D background shots and awesome Sakuga vines and stuff. Like, I don't need that. I want that, but I don't need that. I just need the status quo to be met. And it is not being met with this opening at all. It is so far the worst opening of this season. That's crazy saying that. Maybe Devilman Crybaby. Devilman Crybaby might be a little bit worse because that's just a weird opening. That I think, you know what? I think that one's better because it is weird and like, they took creative liberties with it and it's interesting still. This one's just lazy. It's just lazy. That's all I'm gonna say. And if you like the opening, more power to you. I'm not crapping on you for liking the opening. That's perfectly fine. Whatever. Like, I just don't like it. Don't hate me for not liking it. I won't hate you for liking it. That's the world we live in. You don't have to harm me. You don't have to dislike the video. You don't have to comment down below how I'm a terrible person. We're good. We're good. Anyway, I think we're done with the opening. I think we should talk about the episode. This was, again, a rather slow episode, but an interesting one nonetheless. I think there was some... Should probably have turned the volume off on my phone before I recorded this, but I'm not even going to edit that out because I don't know. I just, whatever. It's freeform. Anyway, this episode was pretty slow, but there were some interesting things happening. I like the relationship between Chisei and Elias is the best part of the series. I've mentioned this before, and I will continue to mention it because it's been a continuing thing going throughout the entire series. I like how they're kind of building it slowly. There's some subtle things here. My favorite part about this episode is when Elias went to remove the memories from her head of that night when he was like on top of her with the teeth. I realize me saying this out of context would sound absolutely... I mean, it is kind of a horrible thing actually that happened on that night. I mean, it was scary, and he doesn't want Chisei to remember that. So he's like, oh, you actually remember that? Like, oh, that was just a dream or whatever. And he pulls out his wand and goes to remove that memory, and she stops him. Really, really like that. I absolutely love that, actually. It's my favorite part of the episode. And I liked the conversation, the back and forth that they were having about how she was, like, teaching him the ways of human, and he was teaching her the ways of magic. It was a good little play there. I didn't like how Chisei is continuing to reiterate that, like, oh, I had a crappy childhood, my dad left, and my mom, blah, blah, blah. I get it, that's a problem, that definitely would bother me if that happened to me in my life. But, like, I don't like how we keep seeing flashbacks of that. We keep getting reminded that, like, oh, by the way, yeah, Chisei, she had a horrible childhood. Let's show that 5 times throughout this series. Let's show that 5 times. Like, I'm good. And especially that I believe that the OVA, I haven't watched the OVA series yet, like the 3 episodes. I believe that's, like, all about her childhood. So, I don't know, maybe they're trying to, like, compensate that isn't a part of the series. Maybe they're trying to, like, insert more of that because that isn't the series. I don't quite know. Maybe it's time I just watch those OVAs. Maybe things will make a little more sense. I don't know. But just, I don't like how that's continuously being reiterated. My main complaint from this episode is absolutely the sheep. The weird, fluffy things that are just flying in the air, buzzing around, and then this ice one, this rogue ice sheep just comes out. I'm joking, of course. I actually thought that was pretty cool in this episode. No, my biggest complaint is this old guy that just comes out of nowhere and starts knocking on the door and is like, hey, I heard there was a new mage. Let's celebrate. And Elias says, like, oh, this guy's, a little dangerous. He's like one of the older mages out there. Whatever. That's it. Like, if he knew that he was dangerous, if he knew that he could do what he eventually did to Chisei, shouldn't have at least, like, I don't know, hid her behind the door, or, like, why is she opening the doors for people if these kinds of people are at the door this late at night? I know this isn't a usual thing that happens, obviously, but still, like, they're in a dangerous world where there's just people that just kill people, so maybe not have a teenage girl opening the door in short shorts and her little jacket. Like, maybe don't do that. Maybe just, like, the head of the house open the door, maybe have Silky open the door. I don't know, whatever. And then he turns her into a fox, which is actually kind of cool. But I don't like this notion of having a really slow episode and then just like, oh my god, something crazy happens at the end. Like, that's happened so many times throughout the series. It's happened like at least 3 or 4 times. And I don't really like that. I think that I get it. I get it from a creative standpoint. I get it how they want to bolster up the episode a little bit, make it a little more exciting. But it comes off as trying too hard, in my opinion. I think that it's okay to have a slow episode. It is. I don't think that scene in particular made this episode better. I think it made things maybe a little more interesting. I mean, it would have made any episode more interesting, whether slow or not. But I think this episode was going off fine. And maybe that's just the course of action that happens throughout the series in the manga. Like, I don't know. It probably is. But I don't know. Like, it's okay to end it that way. You can play it. You don't have to play it safe and always end with this crazy thing happening in the series. I remember this dragon just comes out of nowhere. Oh, there's a dragon now. Holy crap. Or, oh, this character here just comes out of nowhere. Blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like, it comes off very much Ex Machina-ish. Very Ex Machina. Like, here's some random plot element that we can just drag over here and just put into this very slow episode. Like, not digging that. So yeah, this wasn't... It was an okay episode. It was an okay episode. As a fan of the series, and as the series goes on, I'd probably give this episode about a 7 out of 10. But if I were to put, like, my critic glasses on and really judge it, I could honestly give it, like, a 5. Because it was the Ex Machina at the ending, the terrible opening, I know has nothing to do with the episode, and actually, absolutely my least favorite part about this episode was showing that second core PV in the episode again. You had that preview of the next half of the season on last week's episode, where you see the dragon attacking the city. Got a huge reaction out of me. That video has tons of views because of that reaction, I believe, and that was really, really cool, and I really like that. You see this dragon, you see Chisei, she has this weird cloak on, she's like older now or something, I don't know what's going on. You show that again? Why? What is the point of that? Like, I get you're trying to, it's like they're just really trying to get people excited about the series, and you should, but you should with the source material. Don't tease them with this carrot dangling on a stick. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Carrot dangling on a stick, just furtherly going throughout the series like that. I really don't like that. A good friend of mine, he actually mentioned that they're like, oh, like they shouldn't have showed it at all. Like, I hate that aspect of just like always being teased about something that's going to happen forward. And that's what they do at the ends of all these episodes too. Like, again, a really slow episode. Holy crap, something crazy happened at the end. So yeah, that's kind of my biggest complaint, is just the idea that, like, I don't know. I feel like this is a slice of life. It's a slice of life series disguised as like a fantasy drama. It's not a fantasy drama. It is very much a slice of life series with drama aspects, and I think they're trying to dress it up as something that it isn't, and it's kind of coming across as not genuine. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm complaining a lot. I don't hate this episode. I don't hate this show. I like this show. I kind of like this episode. I do think this is one of the weaker episodes in the series, but I'm going to continue watching it because I am interested in what's going to happen in this story. I am interested in I'm much more interested in like the relationship between Chisei and Elias than I am in the fantastical elements that are at play. I really like that back and forth between them, and I'm excited to see where that goes. So that's what's making me continue watching the series. So yeah, what is making you continue watching this series? Obviously, there are huge fans of this series. I'm not here to criticize you guys. I know you guys love the show. Comment down below and let me know why. What is your favorite part about this series? I mean, obviously, Elias and Chisei is definitely a high mark. But what are some other things that you really like about the series that I'm not seeing right now? Comment down below and let me know. Let me know also what you think of this episode. This was a crazy episode. Chisei's a fox now. What is going on? Comment down below and give me your thoughts. Make sure to hit that like button. You'll probably end up hitting the dislike button because of what I said about the opening and the overall show. So you could do that too. You know, I can't stop you. And also make sure to subscribe for more anime content and gaming stuff as well. Placed Further Than the Universe is currently airing on Crunchyroll. Reviewing that series, I guess, because that review did pretty good. I really liked it, so I'm going to continue talking about that show. And also, there's some crazy stuff airing next week with Darling in the Franxx, Beatless, and Kokoku. All those series just look so good. So really excited about those. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to review all of them, but I definitely want to at least make a video talking about each of them. If they're good, of course. If they're good. If they suck, I won't bother. So yeah, make sure to subscribe for all that stuff and much more. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm out of here. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.